Was the Brussels sprout bitter?
Oh my Lord. It's your girl Kathy from Kathy's Kitchen. I am back in the kitchen. And of course, y'all see me today shopping around in Aldi's. I am making that pork tenderloin that y'all saw me already pre-seasoned on there. So I'm not going to do a whole lot to this at all. I'm going to believe in them, but I'm just going to put my added touches. And this was only $4.32 for this. And this is a 1 pound tenderloin. So I'm going to do it with bacon though. I'm going to wrap it with bacon. So I'm making Brussels sprouts as well with this meal, which is going to have more bacon on it. So I'm about to porkify us tonight, okay? So the swine is so divine. So I'm going to go ahead and I bought the bacon with the pepper on it. I think you all saw that in my video, Aldi's as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put me some bacon in the air fryer for me to start for my Brussels sprouts. And so while I'm getting my pork tenderloin together, it'll be cooking. So it's going in my air fryer. So let me push that in there.
If I knew how to do your air fryer, I could have did that for you.
Yeah, you could. Bake it. Start. All right. So that's already going. Slide this glove back on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this pork tenderloin open. And like I said, it's already pre-seasoned. Already pre-seasoned. So I'm going to believe in them. So I'm going to leave that look. No. I'm going to take my bacon out first because I'm going to wrap it. So let's get our bacon. I did set that up like that. That's so fine. Let's lay the bacon out first. Lay the bacon out first because then it's easier to wrap. Let me take that. Yep. See, I was about to Hurricane Kathy, y'all. I feel it in my bones, okay?
Well, her brother and nephew coming over tonight.
Yep.
So you definitely getting the Hurricane Kathy all tonight.
Yeah, but I'm going to take my time as best I can. And I'm going to take that delicious pork tenderloin all the way out. I'm going to lay it right here on the bacon. I'm going to take another piece. Just one more. Okay? And I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. And I preheat my oven to 400. This is a 1 pound and 14 ounces pork tenderloin. I don't need a really big one. It's just me and Jerome, okay? And you're going to take it and you're going to wrap it just like that, okay? Kind of make them overlap just a little bit to kind of hold the bacon pieces together. So it's kind of like a weaving going on here. And that's, as you can, now you can see why you want to lay the bacon down first. But like I said, I preheated my oven to 400. And you want to cook this normally without the bacon 20 minutes per pound. But since I added the bacon, it added additional cooking time. And those instructions how long to cook this without the bacon is on the wrapper. So I'm going to cook this for 33 minutes. Okay. So now I got it all nice right here, but I'm going to season my bacon, okay? So I'll be getting me some more gloves in a second. But I'm going to season it with this wood fire garlic seasoning. It's a steak seasoning that I get from Sam's. So that's this right here. And I do this because I want it to have a nice color on it too when it cooks it in the oven. And I'm going to hit it with a little black pepper because I just like the way it's going to make it look.
And taste.
And taste, of course. Taste is everything. And let me grab me some more gloves. And then I'm going to do that backside, you know. And you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to grab this. So the underside, you can cook the underside of the bacon too. So I'm going to put a little rack right here, okay? And so I'm going to flip this because I want to season that side, okay? Slide that out just a little bit. Here we go. Same on that back side. Little black pepper. Slide right back in there. And I'm going to do it just like this so I don't mess up my bacon. Okay? Booyah. There we go. My oven is still heating. It is very, very, very close. It is at 368 degrees. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to move this back here. I'm going to move my cutting board. I don't need that anymore. Take these gloves. Put these in my little trash. Move this over. I'm going to get my clean cutting board right here. Boom. In this bowl. And while that is heating, I'm going to start on my Brussels sprouts. I've already rinsed them. And yes, I got these from Aldi's as well. So I move those over there so you have a little space. And get my knife out. And we're going to cut these in half. Did it just beat?
Some did.
Some did. I don't know what. Is that? Oh, that's the air fryer. All right, good. All right. All right. I'm like, what is beeping? All right, so I'm going to cut that little tip off. We're going to cut these in half. Just like that.
You got trash over here too.
Okay.
Put the pieces in there.
All right. Put that pieces in there. All right. I'm going to try to go a little fast. And Jerome asked me earlier, why do they cut them in half and just don't eat them like whole little baby cabbages? And I told him it's because you're trying to get the inside tender. It'll be a whole lot harder. And these are pretty hard, so you can imagine a cabbage, you know, trying to cook it like that, you know. So we want it to be tender. And these can be a little bitter, too, so I'm trying to do something to take the bitterness out. The salt does help. So I've got my water boiling. Of course, you guys know we're going to blanch these for about a good 3 minutes, but I'm going to put some chicken base in there, and that should help. Now, a lot of people say you should really salt the water, kind of a little heavy. Ding, ding. Now, that's my time. All right. We're going to throw this in the oven. All right.
You don't need a probe for that one?
No.
You just go with the timer?
Yep. Alexa, set timer 33 minutes.
Good evening, Captain. 33 minutes. Starting now.
That's right. Now, you can do a probe, do internal temperature, but I think I wanted to just see what happens if I did it what they said on the bag.
Gotcha.
So for all of you people who don't have a probe at home to stick in there, because I have one that's made onto my oven that I could use, or I have one that has battery operated that I use on my smoker. You know what? It's so nice my stove looks clean. I'm looking over at it. Ooh, I got that stain off. Put that over there. So we're getting there. And I'm going to blanch those for 3 minutes. Now that bacon that I have in the air fryer is going to be a part of these baby cabbages.
I really
These Brussels
hope-
sprouts.
I like these Brussels sprouts because there's a million of them.
It is. Well, you know, kids home in town, you know, and then these are not going to stay this size. You know, they kind of shrink a little bit too. So I just hope they taste close to as good as those dang on roasted vegetables. When I tell you those roasted vegetables are my favorite, and to cook them in the smoker, let me tell you, it's everything. So now we're going to go ahead
Give me the trash.
and blanch these for 3 minutes. I'm put my chicken base in there because we always want to add a little flavor, and I'm gonna do an extra just because it's always said to take the bitterness out, make it a little salty, and there's salt in here, good sodium in here, and flavor. So we're gonna give it both. So we're gonna pour those in there, and we're gonna set another timer. Can Alexa handle 2?
I'll do it.
You'll do it.
3 minutes?
3 minutes, yep. I'm surprised she didn't say something. So I'm going to blanch those for 3 minutes, and I am going to be back. All right. All right, I am back. My Brussels sprouts are blanched, and now you can see how bright and beautiful they are. I've cooled them off and everything. So now it's time to season them. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the bowl. And y'all know that bacon I started the show off with? We're going to use that bacon grease, all right? I'm going to pour this out. And we're going to pour that bacon grease. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all talking about I'm ruining these vegetables with this bacon grease.
Say it.
Grease is from God. And don't you ever forget it, all right? Grease is from the Lord Almighty. Could you imagine a world without grease? So now you got your bacon grease on there, and we're just going to season them up, okay? We're going to start off with some red pepper flakes. Got a little tongue-tied there. So just sprinkle. I'm going to say that's probably about a teaspoon. Or how about this? Add as much as you like for the type of heat that you like. We're going to go ahead and do some garlic powder. But I will measure that out. So this is a teaspoon. Let me see. We're going to do another one. I mean, this is a half teaspoon, so that equals 1 teaspoon. So that's enough garlic on there. We're going to do some black pepper. Same thing. I will do a teaspoon, even though this is a half teaspoon in my hand, but I'm going to do it twice. Well, no, this one is enough. It's not a lot of Brussels sprouts. And you see how it has shriveled. It's not as big or as much as it appeared to be when I first started. And we got to put some salt on here, y'all. We got to. It ain't going to taste like nothing. Okay, you got to put some salt. I'm going to do a teaspoon of salt. And that salt is going to help with that bitterness, okay? I'll do one more. Okay? So we got that all in there. And I have a little onion powder in here. So we're going to do a little onion powder. All right. All right, now we're going to mix this up real nice, okay? Like so. You see that? And those little leaves that's falling off, that's nothing. That's just kind of like a regular cabbage. I really could have peeled those off when I first started, when I was cutting them. But I just kind of rushing. So now we're going to pour them on the pan. Okay? We're going to pour them on the pan. And I'm going to turn them down so that side can sear nice, okay? And my oven is already on 400. So I'm going to get rid of all those little pieces. We're going to flip it.
You can't eat those?
I think they may sear faster.
Oh,
and
word.
yeah. And so you really want the whole ones. What'd you say? I wanted all of them.
Hey.
I really would have peeled them off. I just kind of, in my rush, and kind of just forgot a little bit. Kind of like a regular cabbage has those outer layers of leaves. Same thing just happened there. Okay. So let's flip them over. And I'm just flipping all of them down so they'll get a nice char on them. Okay? Flip, 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 and flip.
There's some more leaves to get rid of.
Yep, I see them. I'm just flipping first. All right, let's get that. All right. Yeah, because you don't want those to burn while you're trying to really make them cook. Because I'm going to put these in the oven for like 20 minutes. And then we're going to come back again after I put these in the oven. Because I'm going to add that balsamic glaze on there. Some bacon. We're going to do some feta cheese. But once I add that balsamic glaze, I'm going to have to put them in the oven just one more time. So that sweetness can kind of get in there to get rid of that bitterness. All right, so now.
Couple more leaves. Come on, do that one and then one. Yep, and at the very end.
All right.
That way we don't have nothing burn.
All right. I see one more. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and place these in the oven. And we will be back in 20 minutes. All right, it's time for me to take those Brussels sprouts out of the oven. Oh, yeah, there they go. Now, they are not done yet. We've got to add that balsamic glaze. Look, from Aldi's balsamic glaze, all right? So you don't even have to go far. So I'm going to scoop these. Yep, right on there. But you see how nice that char looks on them? Yeah, it looked like you had them right out the restaurant. Scoop those. But we are not done. These have to go back because you know why? We got to chop this bacon up. You know that bacon I had in the air fryer? We got to chop it up and it's so nice and crispy. We went bacon fried today, you know? Bacon wrapped on the tenderloin. Bacon and the Brussels sprouts. I told y'all the swine is so divine. I got that from Red Fox. The swine is so divine. All right, let's add that delicious crispy bacon and those Brussels sprouts. And we're going to add some balsamic glaze. And we're just going to mix it. Then I'm going to pour it.
I'm going to move your glass. I want your elbow.
Thank you. Alexa, stop timer. We're going to add this. So mix it.
33-minute timer stopped on kitchen.
So let's get a spoon. Let's fold that in there. Just like that.
Okay.
And we're going to let that balsamic glaze cook in there. We'll put a little more. And this too helps with the bitterness that you get from Brussels sprouts. All right. So now we're going to throw these right back on the pan. Just like so. And we're going to spread them out.
So you don't need to flip them this time?
Nope. We're going to put them in just like this for 5 minutes.
Okay,
I'm
I'll set
going
the
to hit it
timer.
with one more like this. Then we're going to put it in there. Y'all, I almost forgot to get my glove back on. I was about to see me holler. All right, you going to set that last minute, Jerome? That
Yep,
last
5 minutes, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And wait a minute. I'm going to look at my meat.
Okay. Yeah, your timer did go off.
I did hear it go off. Yep. I'm going to give them 5 minutes right with that. And we're going to take everything out together. I'll be right back. All right. I'm about to take that tenderloin out of the oven. And boy, oh boy, look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? Yes, it does. Now we got to let this rest for 10 minutes. So I'm not going to put this foil on it real tight because I want the bacon to stay crispy. So you want to loosely tint it, okay? Loosely. And that's good. How much time I got for them Brussels sprouts, Jerome?
You got 1 minute. You might as well.
Okay, I'm going to wait that 1 minute out. I'm going to take the Brussels sprouts out. And then when I take those out, you'll see those because I'm going to put some feta cheese and all that stuff on them, put them on a nice plate. But after I take them out, I'm going to take another short break, come back, and plate this up so you can see the whole finished meal.
So the Brussels sprouts, they need the rest?
No, I've got to put the feta cheese in them
So you
at the end.
You want me to wait or you want to come back? You got 1 minute.
I can do it now. I'm going to mix it and I'm just going to put them on this plate. You know what I mean? But maybe I'll mix them and just leave them on the pan until I'm ready to plate so they can stay kind of warm.
Well, we got 30 seconds, so I think we want to see it come out.
All right, come on, look, we're going to watch it come on out. And we just I'm sure we've been talking at least 1 minute. So we're going to say, Alexa, set 9-minute timer because I got to let it, rest for 10 minutes. So
9 minutes, starting now.
that's my girl. That's my girl. Come on. Everybody need an extra assistant outside of Jerome. Where I'm at, Jay?
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 10. Count me out.
Well, all that laughing, you already down to 6 seconds.
That's what I'm talking about. See, that made me want to be like, nah, take it out.
Well, you can take it out.
All right.
Time was
And look,
done.
and I'm going to turn my oven on. Yeah, we're going to pull those out. Look at that. Look at that. And I'm going to add some feta cheese in here, but then I'm going to put it on this plate. I'm going to mix it up on this pan, and then I'm going to put it on this plate, okay? All right. Here we go. All right, because that's hot, baby. You feel the heat coming off of that. I'm going to mix it up right here. Okay? Where my little, here you go. We're going to mix that up right here. I'll get my glove on. So we're going to mix this right here. Look how nice that looks. We're going to put it on this plate. And I swear y'all went to a restaurant to get this, okay? Let's put it on the plate. I dropped a few, but that's okay. I'll pick them up. We ain't perfect every time.
All right, so we're
Make my
going to come
glove.
back, I guess?
Yeah, I got it. They could watch me top it. I still have to top it with the glaze. Don't mind me. Delish. And this is how you serve it. Okay? And these are your Brussels sprouts, okay? But I'm going to come back as soon as my meat finish resting, and we're going to plate this whole thing up, all right? All right, the pork tenderloin has rested. And look how beautiful that is. I'm going to move it over to my cutting board. Nice. Yes, okay. We're going to cut. This is the end. We'll cut off a couple pieces. Oh, look how beautiful that looks. And it's juicy. Let me get in there. Yeah, I want you all to see that on the inside. And put that on the plate right here. Just 2 pieces. Look how nice that looks. You can see the juice running out of there. You can see how tender and juicy that is. All right, let's scoop. There we go. A little Brussels sprouts on there. Don't need too much. All right, and I'm going to put a little bit of glaze. Even on my tenderloin. There you go. Really make it look like something there. All the way from Aldi's, y'all, I'm trying to tell you. Gourmet meal right out of Aldi's. So let's go ahead and cut this pork tenderloin.
Was the Brussels sprout bitter?
Oh my Lord. It's the girl Kathy from Kathy's Kitchen.